Lakers. With his unprecedented blend of power and aerial artistry, he immediately took the league by storm.
He was strong, he could drive past you. He hit the outside, shot pretty good. He was an outstanding passer. He was the type of a guy that if you had to play him, you said, let me off him. Okay.
Another thing he had like a little tick, a little twitch, and that would kind of throw you off because you're on him and they'd be twitching and you'd kind of get a little nervous.
Leaving defenders gasping for air, Elgin Baylor set a single-game NBA scoring record when he scored 71 points against the New York Knicks. He quickly transformed the last-place Lakers into perennial title contenders.
This is the magnet that draws the fans into the new Los Angeles sports arena, now that big league professional basketball has reached the West Coast. Elgin Baylor, regarded by many as the best basketeer in the world.
If you're a competitor, you like the idea of competing, but going on with the feeling, knowing that, feeling that way that one-on-one nobody's going to stop you from scoring.
And Elgin Baylor was never more unstoppable than in the 1962 NBA Finals, when he scored a finals record 61 points in Game 5 against Boston.
Up and over the greatest defensive player in the game, Bill Russell, a dunk shot.
And I remember going after the game over to Tom Sanders, whose responsibility had been to try to guard Elgin, and saying, Satch, I think you did a hell of a defensive job tonight. You know, I mean, Elgin was that spectacular where he literally became the first guy that couldn't be stopped.
That season, Elgin and the Lakers took the Celtics to a decisive 7th game. And with the game tied, LA would have a chance to win the title with one final shot.
Only 2 seconds left. Los Angeles has one last crack at the hoop. Selby misses the jump shot, and we go into a 5-minute overtime with a score knotted 100-100.
Boy, and that one shot, if that would have gone in, it might have changed the course of history a little bit.
But history was cruel to the Los Angeles Lakers, as they would lose not only that series, but 5 more times to the Boston Celtics in the next 7 years. Each defeat more painful than the last.
We just did not have anyone to negate Bill Russell. We're just simple as that. And we could match him in other positions, but we just could not match him in the middle position.
But with the addition of Wilt Chamberlain, the LA Lakers were heavily favored to win the 1969 finals over an aging Celtics dynasty. And it seemed as if the 35-year-old Elgin Baylor would finally win a title. But in the 7th game of the finals, the series would be decided by an incredible twist of fate.
Erickson knocked away, but Nelson gets it. And the Boston Celtics have done it again.
That probably was the toughest one because we all felt that we had the best team. As they say, the luck of the Irish, they won. And I think that was the toughest loss. I think that affected the players that had been there all the years more than anyone.
In 1972, the Lakers finally won their first championship in Los Angeles. But they had done it without Elgin Baylor. Age and injuries had forced him to retire just 9 games into that season. Elgin left the game without the one prize that he had sought for so long.
And I think the saddest thing about Elgin was that, no, he never won a championship. Came so close so many times.
Despite his playoff frustration, Elgin Baylor still left an enduring legacy. He revolutionized the game and set the stage for the high-flying style of today's NBA.
When you leave, you hope that you've left something that you will be remembered for.
There were a lot of comparisons with Elgin Baylor, who I saw play many times on TV, and patterned a lot of my body movement after.
Modern basketball began with Elgin Baylor. When I say modern basketball, every single reverse layup, every single between the legs dribble, every single spinning move that you see in a routine manner in every single NBA game owes its existence to the mind of one man, Elgin Baylor.
Now that FF is going to be on the PlayStation 2,